down from heaven, you realize that we are really paying for our sins.
Speak your truth and be heard on the Eagles Morning Rise, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on. From Milky Way to Earth, everywhere there's internet, you can connect with Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Log on to our website, www.eaglesfm.com. Follow and engage with us now on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok at Eagles FM Abuja, Instagram at Eagles FM 1023. Download our apps on your Android and iOS stores. Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
Abuja.
We come back on here, especially the Friday feeling, right? It gives me so much pleasure and so much joy to welcome you back again. I mean, it is 9 o'clock, or 6 minutes gone past the hour 9, by the way, actually. And it is time for us to talk politics and current affairs. Friday, 13 March 2026 it is. And my name is Udwak Daniel. All right, you must know about us because we like to know about you. And I mean, that's what the conversation has always been on here and right here on the Prog Show. Now, a lot of things happen in Nigeria, but we can't say everything. And that's why we will try to make a focus to a concurrent issue that's been going on in our dear country, Nigeria. And this one, of course, happens to be a question the Nigerians are beginning to ask. I mean, it's becoming a trend already when administration upon administration, when they come and they are unable to fight insecurity. We see a lot of calling stakeholders together, a lot of, let's call the service chiefs, a lot of cases of sacking the service chiefs or relieving them of their jobs because, I mean, would you blame any administration for sacking? If you've shown incompetence and you're not given the desired result and your value is not felt, why then are you occupying the office? Maybe you should vacate the office so that some other person can actually handle it. Who knows better? But then in the Tinubu administration, in this administration that is, Mr. President has had quite a number of meetings with service chiefs, and just recently there's been another meeting with service chiefs. First of all, we saw the Minister of Defense, General Musa, retired General Musa, having to meet service chiefs on Wednesday, and I guess he led them into meeting Mr. President on Thursday. That was yesterday. And so here we are with a very, very serious question. This question is really causing an uproar. It's beginning to meddle with the minds of many. As many are beginning to engage this question, prioritize the question in the face of the wanton killings that's been going on in the country. Are meetings with security chiefs enough to stem terrorism? So Nigerians are saying it should go beyond meetings. We should go beyond the talk, and let's do the work. That's what we need. That's what we need to do. We need to work. We need to work, and we need to see that work is being done. It's not just about saying we are working. We will do this. We will do that. It should go beyond mere rhetorics, because the rhetorics is getting louder than the work in itself. And although we will not say that we are not in plain sight is as to the successes of our gallant military, man, where, of course, we saw troops of the Joint Task Force Northeast having killed at least 20 members of Boko Haram ISWAP sect, including a commander who has been identified as Abu Yusuf, the Munzir of Dorsula in Goniri, Gujba, local government area of Yobe State. In fact, it was even said, to show you how intelligent our security personnel are, it was an operation that was conducted during a series of raids on Gonuri community, which began on the night of Monday 9 March 2026 and continued into the early hours of Tuesday, March 10. And our military were there to bring a halt to stampede, and they neutralized. So we are not saying, Nigerians are saying, we want to see more of this and not the constant talking. But on the flip side, you might as well want to cut the Mr. President some slack. Mr. President is one man who's controlling every other resources under his disposal to see to it that effectiveness, secure, at least the basics as provided by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is delivered to the people. Food, shelter, clothing, security, power, very basic. At least we should have food, shelter, security. And didn't we see it on the front page of Nigerian newspapers? Oh, we did. Mr. President is meeting the service chiefs, or has met with the service chiefs, as well as the newly decorated IGP. Didn't we also see it on the front page, where Mr. President has also given a nod for approving fresh military hardware after security talks? So after that meeting, what came out of it? Fresh military hardware has been approved for the military. Now, if you're saying that the president is not committed, well, I don't know what else you're saying. But then again, it goes beyond all of these. It does go beyond all of this. And this is happening amidst the escalating attacks on military personnel, as well as bases in Northeast. I mean, that meeting lasted nearly 2 hours, probably addressing the surge in insurgency, particularly Boko Haram and Islamic State West African province, ISWAP. Nigerians are questioning the effectiveness of these meetings. Given the persistent security challenges, that's what Nigerians are questioning. But would you also blame Nigerians for questioning? When many a time we have seen security meetings are happening, and then it does seem as though for every time the security chiefs met, oh, it was a wanton killing going on more. Oh, U.S. will help us, U.S. will help us. They have common ground. They are ground, they are shore. What is the remedy? Are we seeing that help? Or is it going to be a gradual process etched into, let's just be patient, have some patience, be resilient? Because we heard that a lot. I don't know about you, but I have. The attacks by Boko Haram ISWAP and these terrorists have resulted in the deaths of several commanding officers and soldiers. Notable incidents including the invasion of military bases in Goniri and Kukawa, Borno State. And the defense minister, Christopher Musa, summoned service chiefs to review strategies to combat terrorism. And after summoning them, they had that meeting. They also went to meet Mr. President yesterday. So are you hopeful that this time these talks will indeed lead to progress to purposeful, meaningful progress. Because there are some concerns and some very relevant questions. But let me introduce my guest to you now. He's in the person of Ankeli Emmanuel. Sir Ankeli Emmanuel. He's a Northwest Regional Editor. Northwest Regional Editor of National Accord newspaper and Global Patriot News USA. Welcome, Mr. Ankeli Emmanuel.
Good morning, and thanks for having me once again.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes. Now, Sir Ankeli, on Wednesday, Defense Minister met with security chiefs on strategies. And on Thursday, they went all out to meeting Mr. President. And what came out of that meeting is something that we saw on the front page of Nigerian newspapers, where we saw a recommitment of Mr. President approving fresh military hardware after security talks. But Nigerians are beginning to question this. Continuous meetings. Because when you match the meetings with the progress made, it doesn't really seem very laudable or significant. Even though we will not say that we are ungrateful as a people, because there's lives of Nigerians wearing the military uniforms that have been lost, that have been endangered, that are facing all of that danger out there, counter-terrorizing terrorists. Right. But the Nigerians are saying, meetings and meetings and meetings. Is this the way forward? Is this what will bring the necessitated change or peace in Nigeria today? What is your assessment of all of this?
All right, thank you so very much once again. Like I said, the issue of security in Nigeria is a very complex one. Complex in the sense that multiple factors could be responsible, multiple factors could be fueling it, and multiple factors could be sustaining it. However, the most dangerous factor that is responsible for continued insecurity in Nigeria, sustaining it and fueling it, is religion.
Religion?
Yes.
Okay.
Because by the time you look at studies have shown that 90% of the security situation in Nigeria is religiously linked.
90%?
Yes, of the current security situation in Nigeria is religiously linked.
Wow.
Now, by the time you look at for each of this group, you will see some level of extremism attached to what they are doing. And that extremism is an ideology that is propelled by either a religious belief or a belief, a faith-based system. Therefore, you come to agree with me that 90% of the challenges we have are religiously inclined, especially insecurity. Now, let me start with, then 5% of the security crisis we have in Nigeria is land ownership base, ancestral land ownership base. Then the remaining 5% is external influence. Now, let me break it down. The 90% that is religiously inclined are those ones that have a specific name tag. And the name tag is not just name tag in propagating a particular mindset, a particular religion, which they believe should be adhered to by all. Now, the ISWAP, the Boko Haram, the Lakurawas, and all that, they are operating based on a religious philosophy. And the entire northwest and northeast region of Nigeria is bedeviled by that crisis. Hello, are you with me?
Yeah, go ahead. Here.
Okay. The entire northeast part of Nigeria is bedeviled with that crisis. Now, that crisis begin to gradually penetrate into the northwest. However, it initially came in the form of people seeking revenge because they were being displaced, being hurt, and all that. Now, in the case of Northwest, it is brandished as bandits. However, if you should go deep into it, yes, the bandit segment of it might be there. However, there are other religious components that are propelling the effort of those operating. So the bandit, they are just that segment which had issue with the Yansake, that is those that put up their mind to defend their community against invasion by the bandits, that is the local vigilantes in the house called the Yansake, which started in Zamfara after the clash between the Fulanis and the local Hausawas, and they went into the bush to defend their people, so they called themselves Yansake. That is, they dare the undareable. You understand? Now, that is another segment of the crisis. However, if you take a deeper look at it again, other form of religiously inclined group now came up called the Lakurawas in the same Northwest. Now, these Lakurawas, they are of a particular religious belief mindset that people should follow. And the Lakurawas didn't just come, they were invited to come because the bandits were terrorizing people in part of Sokoto and Kebbi. So the locals now invited the Lakurawas to come and defend them. And when the Lakurawas came, they actually defended them from the onset, retrieved back their stolen cattle and all their stolen livestock. But at the end of the day, they turn out to show their real identity, their real color. And their real color is to propagate their own kind of religious belief.
Wow.
You understand?
Yeah.
So now, if you look at the recent happening in the North Central, 5% of the security challenges which are attributed to land ownership, they are things that are being witnessed in parts of Benue and Plateau. The crisis in Benue and Plateau, most people tend to look at it as farmer headers clashes. It is not. Why? Because if we say farmer headers clashes, now let's be honest with ourselves. Which of the farmer and which of the header? Now, if it's about farmer headers clashes, then why is it that the clashes are spiraling in the night, in the daytime, and all that? So farmer header clashes happens in the farm. I'm not going to wipe out an entire village and call it a farmer header clashes. No. You understand? It is a fight about ancestral land ownership. Somebody wants to have access to a land that belongs to another person. And another person says, no, this is my only source of livelihood. You understand? Yeah. So it's not farmer header. It is about land ownership. Same thing with Plateau. You understand? So the better we dissect the challenges one after the other, then the better we can have a way of finding a lasting solution to it. You understand? We are only whitewashing the issue without digging deep into the real reason why these challenges are happening. Without telling ourselves the bloody truth about the nature of the security challenges we are having in each of these regions. And by then we understand the nature of these security challenges, it will be much more easier to profile a workable and lasting solution to them. Now, and for each of these regions, I will also give a solution to it. Let me start with that of where land ownership, you understand, is the major challenge now. If you want to solve that, if federal government really want to solve the challenge of those areas, first you must prohibit open grazing in those areas. Open grazing is an old fashion of farming. With the current development now, you understand, such is no longer tenable. That is tenable when the population was very small. But with the surge in population growth now, you understand, that is not tenable. So if you are to solve that problem, you ensure that the government should make adequate provision, you understand, assist the headers, you understand, with the needed resources to go into grazing. You understand?
Yeah.
Government should assist the headers to go into grazing, and you assist these headers through their leaders, ensuring that you have a solid meeting with their leaders. Now, come to issue of religious propagation of the crisis. The recent happening in places like Plateau, in places like Kwara, Kogi, and part of southwest now, you could see it is clearly an indication that it is about propagation of a particular set of religion, especially the recent happening in Kwara State. You understand? Where over 200 people were killed, over 100 people were killed. You understand? Now, the happening in Niger State. You understand? These people, you and I know, and the locals also testify that we sent them letter indicating interest to come and preach in those villages, and the refusal by those villagers led to those killing. You understand? Now, if you look at that, you will see the religious propellant of that crisis. Now, and the 5% that is external influence, which I said earlier, the 5% external influence is this. Who are those funding this crisis? The financiers of those crises. How are they acquiring this weapon? Through which route are these weapons coming in? You understand? So those are the external influence that is propelling the crisis in Nigeria. And what does this crisis in Nigeria intend to achieve? The crisis intend to achieve the fact that there will not be a united Nigeria that will stand as the giant of Africa that it used to be. Because the best way to weaken a nation is to ensure that there is disintegration in that nation. The country might still be together, but by mind, by action, by reason, by purpose, they are not together. That is the country called Nigeria as of today. By mind, by purpose, by action, we are not together, but we are still in one country.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And that is what the external influence intend to achieve, so that Nigeria will be weakened through all those factors.
Okay.
Now, if we are to truly tell ourselves the truth about the security situation in Nigeria, the meetings upon meetings, yes, of course, they are good. The federal government is trying its best. Our security agencies, they are trying their best. However, their best is not really good enough that Nigerians will now go to sleep with their two eyes closed.
So let me ask you, Kelly, are you suggesting that the meetings are held with not with the complete combo? By complete combo, I mean that they should be held with the religious leaders and traditional leaders in these troubled communities within the Northeast. Is that what you're saying? It shouldn't just be Mr. President and the military chiefs.
Certainly. You understand? The religious leaders from those Aziz, you understand? The religious leaders from as well, but if you are to hold a complete meeting that will dissect the reality of this country now, you must involve the Military Allah, you must involve the CAN, you must involve the Arewa Consultative Forum, you must involve the Oduduwa Progressive Forum, you must involve all those stakeholders.
So are you saying, could it now mean that the federal government is having a controlled refusal to involve these ones for one reason or the other?
Certainly, because by the time they are involved, you see regional interest difference coming in from their statement. However, that should be expected by the federal government. What they need to do is to hear their grievances. After hearing that, they now have an insider stakeholder meeting that will now digest all the grievances that is being laid bare by these regions, by the leaders of these regions. Then from there, you can now find solutions to those challenges, one after the other. Okay. That is one. Then two, if we are to actually do away with 60% of the security challenges we have, then collaborators, sympathizers should be treated as part of the challenge.
Really? Why? Why?
So, yes, because if you are a sympathizer of a murderer, you are as good as a murderer.
Okay.
You understand? If you are a sympathizer of a thief, you are also as good as a thief. You understand? So, if sympathizers come out openly to declare their support for evil act, then that means in no distance time, if such opportunity is given to them, they will also carry out same evil act.
All right, let's put a peg to your thoughts. Let's put a peg to your thoughts. Go on a timeout. When we do come back, it's going to be about you adding your voice in the discourse. Totally on you right there. And let's see how we drive this conversation to where it ought to be. We'll be right back.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Things they happen for our community, eh?
Now I can recoup back all the money I have spent on this annoying family.
Hey, yeah. That woman own don't finish.
My dear, let's go and greet them, okay?
Hey! Join Media Coalition and Awareness to hold trafficking, MICAS, on I Wish I Knew radio drama and program every Saturday at 10 a.m. on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. Join us to kick human trafficking out of our society. I Wish I Knew radio drama and program is brought to you by MICAS and funded by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Denmark.
Abuja, are you ready to play different? Welcome to IVR Arcade Games and Bowling, now at Novare Mall, Apo ShopRite, where fun meets tech and boredom doesn't stand a chance. Step into the largest VR experience in the FCT. Fast cars, ride wild roller coasters, battle robots, fight war missions, go full virtual. Not into VR? No problem. Play arcade classics, basketball shooters, car and bike racing, zombie games, snooker, foosball, bumper cars, plus PS5 gaming on a massive 85-inch screen. You got kids? Safe soft play for ages 3 to 8. Feeling competitive? Play duck pin bowling, archery, mini golf targets, and outdoor bouncy castles. A perfect spot for birthday celebrations. Schools are welcome for interactive tech learning. Right now, enjoy special promo offers. More tokens, more play, less spend. IVR Arcade Games and Bowling. Visit us today at Novare Mall, Apo ShopRite. Come play the future.
Hello, Nigeria. Hello, Africa. Do you want to work in the healthcare sector? Do you want to be a trained, certified nursing assistant, medical assistant, or caregiver? If yes, then register to enroll for Push Africa's one-year diploma in certified nursing assistance training happening at the African University College of Science and Technology, Abuja. Targeted trainees are unemployed graduates, O-level or ordinary diploma graduates, or anyone interested in working as a support worker in the healthcare sector. For details, log on to www.pushafrica.org or WhatsApp 080-339-42015, 080-339-42015. For registration, pick up application form at our partner radio stations or visit the reception at the African University of Science and Technology, Abuja.
Ramadan. Now, once you wait till they can go, the answer prayer as we dey fast. Simple big concept, don't get started. Another Ogonge promo.
We call them T-Pumpy Fest 30 Lube Ramadan promo. Our Muslim brothers and sisters wait they fast for this month of Ramadan. We now we're done. As we begin umbrella, we go finish umbrella. That T-Pumpy concept they throw. We salute to the praise. Oh, yeah, now come buy your own land for Lube with chicken and money. Get 500 square meter plot of land for Lube. If you want pay stand 15 million naira, you go first pay 5 million naira for deposit. You fit spread them for 6 months. You pay 17 million naira only. All our land they carry on top correct. Paper FCDAC of O. Shapali, come we have this wedding number 12 Moruvia Street. Who sent to Abuja? Tell why na 090 5454 5468. T-Pumpy Mistake Lube Ramadan promo. Now go get promo. T-Pumpy concept. Developer that cares.
And so we're back in with a conversation that looks into the question the Nigerians are asking as much as Nigerians support the idea of periodic meetings with the security chiefs, with Mr. President and all of that. But the question has now always been, and I'm echoing that question right here, being how much are we going to win the war against terrorism with the meetings with security chiefs? Is that enough to win this war? I mean, are meetings with security chiefs enough to stem terrorism and nip it in the butt? Well, the number is 0907-353-0044. Stick to that number. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, you.
Yes, good morning to you. Take him,
The ones are the one crying in the wilderness. Yes,
appreciate that one.
Yes.
Awesome. Where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Hundu.
Yes.
Taking me from National State.
Awesome,
yes,
go ahead.
Your guests have said something that many of your guests have never said or maybe have not come to recognize. And one of the things he talked about is the issue of land that is causing this food and not herders and farmers, clashes.
Yeah.
I must tell you the truth. During former governor of Borno State tenure, Oton, he invited a meeting between the two people and then the Mayor Tiala. And one of the representatives who happened to be, a prime suspect in the water killing where over 200 people, were massacred, Mr. Ado, Mohammed, he attended that meeting. And one of the things that the Fulanis hammered on was the issue of land, that they wanted Benue people's land. And the governor said, no, that cannot happen. Can a Benue man go to Enugu and begin to make trouble that the government should give them land? The answer is no. And the former governor, Oton, also told them, he said, can the Igbo people who are business people in all the states and the state government to give them land? The answer is no. If you see any Igbo man who is doing his business, if you have any shop, if you have any house, he will buy it and he will build it. So he told the Fulanis that if you need land, you must go through the aggregate. You must go through the normal process. You must go and look for land. And if the people that are willing to sell, you will buy. But coming to Benue State to ask for land, there is no land for you. So your guests have said it the way it is. And you can see that that particular person who was, sent to go and represent them, in that meeting, the Fulanis, Mr. Ado Mohammed, he happened to be a prime suspect in those who went to kill, in the water. And again, if anybody is aggrieved, must you go about killing people? You can take your grievances to the right channel. So killing our people, killing Nigerians is, unacceptable. And lastly, a case of ISWAP, Boko Haram has been established on the U.S. soil. A man, who was, in the army in the U.S. that is linked to Boko Haram and ISWAP. The case has been, established. So these guys, they are going wide. And religion is so much, attached to it. Okay. So we are calling on, our religious leaders because that guy confessed that it was when he was in the army that he heard those people preach to him that he resigned and joined them. So you see that what these people are doing is what the religious people,
are doing, right?
Yes. Okay. So those people who are responsible to preaching radicalism, they should be cautioned. And I believe that thing will come to an end. Thank you very much.
Appreciate Turkenby. Turkenby now has raised a couple of questions, couple of concerns. I mean, you also want to add your voice in the discourse, though. Let's have your take as quickly as we could. And let's know whether or not you align with meetings, and yet there's not been any real significant improvement. And our guest has outlined quite a number of issues. And he says, look, all of these are tied mostly to religion. Religion has always been the issue. And that, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, and I sit to be corrected now, he said 5% is international interference. 5%. But the bulk of it has been religiously motivated. All right, let's go take this one, then we'll get back with you, Sankeli. Yeah. Good morning to you. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Elder Noja, I'm calling from Cuba.
Elder Noja. All right, go ahead, Elder. Let's have your take.
My brother, I'm Nigeria, they carry blame. this guy just beat me down completely. What I do not understand as a security expert, he lied me in this. You see,
who's that?
Education.
Okay.
Hello.
Who's that? Who's enlightening you, Elder?
You are speaker.
The guest. Oh, Sir Kelly.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
You are the security expert. This guy lied me many things this morning. I've been researching, I've been this and this, but 95% of what he said, I have learned from it. We have crossed it during our research, but it did not come open enlightenment to us. The causes of insecurity in Nigeria.
Yeah.
He has seen everything, what is happening, and then he's in line with we security experts.
Right.
Thank God that we have this type of person in Nigeria, and then God will continue blessing and give him more blame.
Right.
And then I'm advising people to bring him more.
Okay.
To like Nigeria.
All right. Many thanks.
The suggestion now is that Nigeria government is supposed to call a security conference. Call a security conference. Call all the leaders of this religion. Call all the leaders of Ududua, Ariwa consulted this mid-belt consulted this and Ohaniji,
Niger Delta and the rest.
All the religion leaders, all them. For security conference, retired general, retired chief justice of federation, retired inspector general of police, call the whole of the security conference. Let everybody come say what is supposed to, what is happening in Nigeria and what they're supposed to do. Include this your speaker. It should be there.
All right, Elder Onaja.
Hello, let me round up.
Yeah.
Please call them.
Okay.
Call them immediately after that security conference. You send to Niger. This is go to Niger. Call Niger. Unite with them. That investigation headed by General Bala in Niger, investigating this Boko Haram and the crisis in Nigeria. And then they say that some of the religion leaders, some of the preachers in the north, and then some of the politicians in here, they are involved in this culture of these things.
Right.
General Bala go call him and get that report and send that as the government. You will see the way to solve this problem out.
Okay.
Thank you very much. God bless Nigeria.
Many thanks, Elder Onaja, right there, all the way from Cuba. Right now, I'm going to take this. Okay, more calls coming through. We'll take more this call and we get to the messages in a short bit. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Chimezie. Is it?
Moses from
Moses. Okay, Moses. Moses, welcome aboard. Talk to me.
Just to add what the other speakers have said.
Yes.
There should be every meeting that should be called. It shouldn't even be army chief alone. Yeah, let us have these local chiefs, the community chiefs, the community youth. You get that? Yeah.
So Moses, you're agreeing to what Elder Onaja said, a security conference. That's what he said. Okay.
The local chief were not added, and the community youth.
Okay.
And women also should be added.
Oh.
Because community leaders of women. Then finally, UD. Most of these people are not Nigerians. Are they citizens of this country? So they should feed them out. They accommodate them. Where these people stay is within the community. The community know them. They know them. So these people are outsiders coming in. Then finally, our borders should be secured.
Oh, okay.
If our borders are not secured, UD, the issue of insecurity, it will be a big challenge. Our borders should be secured. And these people, the officials, they are not Nigerians. God bless you.
Appreciate Moses right there for your thoughts. Okay, a security conference. I'll take this 3 messages via the WhatsApp. This one is coming from Henry Orga from Suleja now. He says, good morning, Mr. UD. Good morning to you too. My question this morning, where is Belloturgy? Every time meeting, as you rightly say, does it mean our leaders are playing politics with Nigerians' lives? Please, we need actions, not meeting. Talk is cheap. All right, that's what Henry Orga is saying. And I see Yusuf all the way from Wuse 2 now. It says, good morning, UD and the guest. Good morning to you, Yusuf. Still on insecurity in Nigeria. I disagree with your guest that the cause of insecurity in Nigeria is 90% religious. The security problem we have in Nigeria is largely related to resources, illegal mining, and have made every Nigerian, including the natives, farmers, herders, to be victims. To me, those who are grabbing land and evicting villages are grabbing land rich in mineral resources and nothing else. The killing in Kwara under the cover of religion is to deceive us. There is a lot of mineral resources, illegal mining around that Kaima area that they are possibly after. They cannot be so foolish to equip themselves with highly sophisticated weapons, gadgets only for the purpose of converting poor villagers into particular religion in this age. There is something to it. To solve the security problems, the government should outlaw illegal mining, seize illegal mined minerals or its proceeds, impose death penalty on bandits, strengthen forest guards, track foreigners who are in the country to engage in illegal mining and deal with them decisively, and engage foreign powers known to be involved in the scramble for rare earth minerals in Africa. Have a nice day, Yusuf says. And finally now, this one is coming from who? Udokama from Utako now says, good morning, my name is Udokama. Good morning to you too, Udokama. Religion is the problem all over the world. That is why brothers fight each other, because of religion. Remove religion from the world, peace will be the order of the day. That's why the West is using it against us. Thanks, and my regards to your guest. All right, Sir and Kelly, now you heard quite a lot going on, and family members adding their voice. How do you respond to all of this?
All right, thank you so very much. I want to respond specifically to that of Yusuf.
Okay.
Yes. Illegal mining, just like mineral resources, as he said, mineral resources is not the source or the reason for the insecurity in Nigeria. Let's get that correctly. Now, why do I say this? Mineral resources in Nigeria is a blessing, but the regulatory principle within which the federal government has, make it so loose for individuals to invade to their own benefit, and that could be addressed if the government is serious about that. Thank God we have spoken about illegal mining in one of our encounters before now.
Exactly.
I'm sure you can still remember very well. Now, he made reference with the abundance of mineral resources in the Kayama Axis. Now, you and I know that the testimonies from the survivors was that a letter was sent that they want to come and preach their own kind of religion, and the people said no. You understand? So let's not twist the reality. These are evidence-based reality from survivors themselves. You understand? So they didn't say we want to come and take your mineral resources, and the people say no. They didn't say we want to come and carry out illegal mining, and the people say no. But they say we want to come and preach. And those people that allow them to come and preach.
Kelly, let me pause you a little bit. If somebody comes to tell me, I'm coming to take your mineral resources, right? And then another group tells me they are coming to preach. I'd rather allow the preachers rather than allow those who will come and take my mineral resources, don't you think?
Certainly.
So,
however, the preachers, they are people that they've known their antecedents.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
They've known their antecedents, and it's like, okay, if you've known that somebody is violent, you understand? Whatever that will lead to that person's becoming aggressive, you try to avoid it. You understand? So their form of preaching is such that they come to change the mindset of people concerning what they believe, and people should believe what they believe. You understand? So, and some of these preachings are done violently. You understand? Either you accept or you get killed, just like it eventually turned out. So, saying that the challenge is not about a religion, that is about mineral resources, that's not true. Now,
that's not true, or that's not entirely true.
That's not entirely true.
Okay.
It's not entirely true.
Okay.
Now, yes, crisis about mineral resources will not snowball into the massive killing that we are witnessing in Nigeria today. You understand? So that's for Mr. Yusuf.
Okay. All right.
The crisis, the insecurity in Nigeria is not about mineral resources the way we think it is.
All right. Now, two family members, Elder Onajer and Moses, have unanimously agreed or come to the conclusion that what we need, based on the discourse this morning, will be a security conference where every stakeholder, including religious leaders, traditional rulers, youth leaders, market women leaders, and stuff like that, women leader, that they have to be in that conference with Mr. President, with the security chiefs, to talk about it. Little wonder they believe it should be a conference. Do you agree with that? And do you think it will yield some interest and gains for Nigeria?
All right, thank you so very much. The meeting, like I said earlier, in the course of our discourse, I did talk about things like that. However, I think our leaders, they know the right medicine for our headache.
They know it.
You understand? They know it. It's just that they are trying to play safe for some of them because of the political offices they are holding. And they are trying not to offend certain interests. You understand? But either we like it or not, if you have a wound and you want that wound to get healed, you understand, until it is being dressed, and in the process of dressing it, you feel the pain.
Right.
But that dressing brings a permanent healing to that wound. So now Nigeria is being wounded, and if we are to get it correctly, we must step on certain toes to get it correct.
And you believe that, and using the wound analogy, if Nigeria is wounded and it's unattended to, the wound is unattended to, it is causing rot.
Of course, and that is what we are having now.
Great.
That is what we are having now. You understand?
Can we still salvage it?
The more we delay attending to the wound, the more the situation will continue to deteriorate. But we can still salvage it.
Okay, awesome.
Yes, it is salvageable. We can still salvage it. And how can we salvage it? Salvaging it is this. One, we can salvage it on three fronts. The number of security agencies we have, they are relatively too small, you understand, to ensure security in Nigeria.
Okay.
How many police do we have in Nigeria? How many military and paramilitary do we have in Nigeria put all together compared to the population of Nigeria as a country? Now, whatever we think we are doing, the first priority of every country should be a secured country. So, why poverty rate is continuing to increase in Nigeria? Because of the insecurity.
Right.
Yes, sir. Not just because of the policy of the government, not just because of the fuel removal and all that, but the insecurity is what is fueling the 80% of the poverty increase we are having in Nigeria now. 40% of those that you see on the streets begging now in part of the northern part of Nigeria now, they are people that have been displaced from their country, from their ancestral homes. You understand? You see them as IDPs. Someone that used to feed his family now begging to survive on his own. Some don't even know where their families are now. Because when their villages were raided, some were killed, some scattered, and it's a very disturbing situation. However, to salvage it, one, Nigeria must make conscious effort to recruit more security agencies. And not just recruiting. This recruitment process should follow a thorough investigation. You understand? Anybody that is to be recruited from any part of this country, there should be a character testimony. You understand? From the local chiefs of such area. Not just the random type of recruitment that they are doing. Then two, let's also stop this idea of thinking some are repentant terrorists. There is no repentant terrorist.
Okay.
A terrorist is someone that has been sucked in an ideology. So no matter the repentance, they should not for once contemplate recruiting them into the security service, because they will leak out the secrets about the security. Then two, after the massive recruitment, then every state governor should be put on their toes to ensure that if your state is having a challenge, then the revenue to your state will drop.
Okay.
Because for some of the states now, the governors know where the challenges are coming from. But because of the security votes that are going to some of the states, they will also want to act too. You understand? So the federal government should make it a policy that if there is a challenge in your state and you cannot confront it and you cannot give us the way out, then security, then allocation to your state from FARC should drop.
Okay, what
that is that.
Yeah. Thirdly, because of time is already past gone.
Okay. Thirdly,
yes,
either we like it or not, you understand? This mentality of depending on the federal government, FARC, you understand, creates a whole lot of problem. States should be contributing to the federal government. By the time states are asked to contribute to federal government, you understand, every state will ensure that there is peace in their state for them to be able to contribute, for them to get back. So by the time somebody is busy looking for how to contribute to get back, you understand, they will not be relaxed and allow insecurity to overwhelm their communities. You understand?
Appreciate that.
So either we like it or not, we must have to be up and doing, and all hands has to be on deck. And the security summit, you understand, should be something that should be taken seriously. You understand? The security summit should be done for each of the 6 geopolitical regions. You understand? The president should have a security summit for each of the geopolitical regions. Then after that security summit, they will now summon a council of experts, you understand, to sit and fine-tune a lasting solution to this crisis.
Okay, appreciate that. Time is not allowing. I know that we can still go on and on about this, but Sir Ankeli Emmanuel, you are the Northwest Regional Editor of National Accord newspaper and Global Patriot News in the USA. Appreciate your time and adding your voice in this one.
Thank you so very much, and listeners, we do appreciate.
Alrighty, and just to also put it out that the views expressed by the callers and the guests has not been influenced by Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja in any ways, but then we will continue to talk towards development and growth. My name is Udwag Daniel. I'll see you on the flip side of 10.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.